Inequalities from a graph. Make sure you pay attention. This is going backwards. You have to come up with inequality that was used to create the graph. And it's not that hard, in my opinion. So here are the steps that I would recommend. Determine the slope. Figure out where the true region is. Is the line solid or dashed? And then once you've determined that, you write your inequality. That's what you ultimately want. Okay? So let's see here. I'm going to do the first one here. Okay, we want y something mx plus b. Okay? Let's figure out what the slope is. By the way, the slope is going up from left to right. What sign will our slope have if it's going from left to right? Positive or negative? Those are your only two choices. It's positive, right? Positive. So you're going to figure out the rise, the change in the vertical, and the run, the change in the horizontal. And what's the best way to do that? In my opinion, is pick 2 points on the line where it perfectly crosses the grid. Meaning, like, for example, this one right here is a good point to pick. It's the y-intercept. And then you go along the line until it fits perfectly, right? It goes through a corner of one of the boxes. So this would be my next point right there. And then you just figure out the rise and the run. So between these 2 points, you've risen 1, 2, 3, 4. And you ran 1, 2, 3 units to the right. So this is your 3, and this is your 4. This is the rise, and this is the run. But, okay, sometimes it's going to get trickier. Okay, it's not going to be that easy. So make sure you try to replicate what you just did one more time. We can't go further up the line, but we can go backwards, right? So if you go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back 3, 1, 2, 3, you end up on the line again, and that's what you want to see. You want to be able to see that if you go up 4 and run 3, you're on the line. So if you can keep that pattern going, you know it's the right slope. Okay? So in this case, this is 4 over 3. Just leave it like that. That's my slope. We've got that figured out. What is B? B is the y-intercept. Okay? You need to know what the y-intercept is. In this case, it flat out gives you that information right here. This would be what? 0, 4. This is 0, 4. So if the y-intercept is 0, 4, then B is just the y value of that. Okay? Now you're ready to write your inequality. Watch this. Y, where is the solution region, above or below the line? It says that it's below, so this is true. This is the true region. So since it's below, we're going to go less than. It's a dashed line, so we don't need to have the equal. And then we'll just go 4 over 3 x plus 4. Okay. The reason I came up with that inequality is because it's a dashed line. Okay, that's the first. And the second one is that the true region is below. Okay, that's how I came up with the symbol. So you got to have the symbol, the slope, and the y-intercept to do that. Okay. You know what? I'm going to pause here. You're going to try B, all right? You're going to try B already. So give B a try, okay? And then we'll compare notes. All right, let's correct B and C, and then I'll give you another chance to practice it. So again, you can be a lot faster at this, okay? Watch this. I'm going to say that the true region is above. I make a note of that, and this is a solid line. So just by looking at the graph, you can already determine that this is going to look like this. Y is greater than or equal to. Okay? So right there, boom, just by looking at it, you have your starting point. Now you need to find the slope and the y-intercept. Okay? So the slope, by the way, this line is going down from left to right, so your end result should be negative. Okay? Your slope should be negative at the end of the day. So pick 2 points. I already kind of gave this one away. And then scan the line. You might think that that is one. Before you commit, let's try something right here. If you pick that one, you have 2 and 3, correct? You should be able to replicate that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and it does line up. 1, 2, that we can't really figure out here, but if you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, it seems like you end up on the line. So this one was kind of, in my opinion, not a good pick. Why so, Mr. Dirksen? Because if you look at it, it's in between the box, right? Those are not good ones because you're guessing. It could be 0.5, it could be 0.65, we don't really know. So I would say don't pick points that are not perfectly in a corner of one of the boxes. Okay? And that's why I told you try to replicate what you think is the slope. So in this case, if you pick that x-intercept, it's not the end of the world. 1, 2, right? And you've got three units this way. 1, 2, 3. This is 2. And so, by the way, because it's negative, you just make sure you have a negative in front of one of the numbers. I choose to always put the negative on the top number. Okay, so you've got that. B is, if this is your origin, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? B is -5. 0, -5 is the actual coordinate, but -5 is all we want. So now we have everything needed to write our inequality. Okay, so this is what I would want you to write as your finished product. Do you need to show me this side step here? You do not. You can go straight into the inequality and write the inequality and you're good to go. Okay. One more thing. Okay, listen to this part. Let's say you picked this point way out here. Make sure you look up, right? Let's say you pick this one way out here, and you pick another point way down here. Oh, those are my 2 points. I got it. It doesn't matter. You would still get the correct final answer. It just means that if you pick these 2 here, how much are you dropping? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're running 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So watch this, a drop of 6 and a run of 9. Doesn't that just reduce to -2/3? It does. So by the way, I don't care if you reduce your slope. I don't care about that. We don't give you marks for it because your calculator can do it. Okay, so it's not really a skill. All right, let's keep going. Go to C here, special cases. When you have this, I will just put an A here for this one, let's say, and I'll put a B for this one. This is where we're headed, by the way, guys. This is where we're headed, where we have multiple inequalities at the same time. And so I'll just go inequality A. It's a vertical line, guys. It's a special case. So what does a vertical case look like? What's the only variable present? X. Yeah. X. And look at this. The true region is to the right. Another thing is that it's a solid line, correct? What is the only thing I need to change here? You go equals. Boom, you're done. Now, where does it go through? We got to do some counting here. This is 5, 6, 7. Hey. That took a while for that number to come up, right? There you go. That's it. It's the easiest inequality to write. Vertical or horizontal. No slope at all. You don't need to worry about the slope. You're done. Inequality B. Let's do that one. It's a horizontal. What's the only variable present if it's a horizontal? Why? Why is he doing this? Why? The solution is below the line. Get it? If you're on this one, you're below the line. So that means that it's going to be less than. No equal sign because it's a dashed line. Now you ask yourself, where does it go through, right? You count. This is -5, -9. So it's 0, -9 is that point that it's crossing here on the y-axis. So we just go -9 and you're done. Okay. I'll just say this here. This is a solid line. And the true region is to the right. That's what helped me figure this out. This one is a dashed line. The true region was below the line. That's how I came up with the inequality symbol. So the right dashed or solid, and where the true region is, that determines the inequality symbol. The next one is the intercept. You don't need the slope. Okay, no slope. All right, I want you to practice D, okay? And then page 23, sorry, not 23, 25. I lied again. I want you to try this one, and then I want you to go page 26 and 27, okay? It's about rewriting inequalities. So we're going to park here for a little bit. I want you to get really good at this, okay? 4D right now. Listen up here, please. I just want you to determine both inequalities. The point of intersection, like this point right here, for now we're just going to pause on that. We're not going to do that right now. I just want you to write the inequality. Let's call this line A, and this is line B, let's say. Just focus on one at a time, right? So it's like, okay, I'm going to write the inequality for this one. Then I'm going to write the inequality for the one that's below, okay? And please go to 26 and 27 and do the same thing, okay? I'm going to walk around and just make sure I check up on you, make sure you're doing all right, okay? So do that for the next little while. Let's say 10 minutes or so. For those of you that tried the 22, this bottom one, this is, by the way, a system. You can keep working. I'm just going to give you the answer. By the way, if I give you points, please use them. Right? If the points are like right at a corner of a box, sometimes I'll do that because I know that it's tough. Sometimes when the slopes are weird, at bigger numbers, it's hard. So I will give you kind of like a prompt. It's like, hey, here, use these points, right? But check that they're actually at an intersection. So if you look at the key up here, you can kind of gauge whether or not you got that right. I'm going to go to 26 and write down some of those. I'll do the special cases first.